The world of mixed martial arts is electrified with a rumor that feels both impossible and incredibly exciting. Ronda Rousey, a name synonymous with the very foundation of women's MMA and the UFC, might be considering a return to the octagon. For fans who witnessed her meteoric rise, this news is a jolt of nostalgia and anticipation. Rousey was not just a champion, she was a cultural phenomenon who brought women's fighting into the mainstream spotlight. The idea of her stepping back into that world nearly a decade after her last fight has captured the imagination of the entire combat sports community, sparking endless debates and discussions across the internet. This excitement stems from who Ronda Rousey is and what she represents. Before her, the idea of women headlining a major UFC event was unthinkable. She shattered that glass ceiling with her ferocious talent and undeniable star power. Her signature armbar was a thing of legend, a move that opponents knew was coming but were powerless to stop. Seeing her name back in the headlines brings back memories of sold-out arenas, record-breaking pay-per-view numbers, and a feeling that you were watching history unfold with every fight. The thought of that energy returning to the sport, even for one night, is enough to get anyone's heart racing. The recent buzz isn't just wishful thinking from fans, it's fueled by specific whispers originating from deep within the MMA world. It all started in August 2025, when the now 38-year-old Rousey, a mother of two, began posting videos of herself training in judo. This simple act was enough to ignite the flames of speculation. Suddenly, analysts, fighters, and fans were all asking the same question: is she just staying in shape, or is this the beginning of something much bigger? This speculation quickly evolved into a full-blown rumor, suggesting a very specific and dramatic plan for her potential return to the cage. For a new generation of fans who may only know Rousey from her WWE career or her UFC Hall of Fame induction, this news provides a chance to understand her immense impact. She was the first woman ever signed to the UFC, and its first ever women's bantamweight champion. Her dominance was so absolute that she became one of the biggest stars the sport has ever seen, male or female. The potential of her return isn't just about another fight, it's about a foundational pillar of women's MMA possibly coming back to the house she helped build, creating a bridge between the sport's past and its present. Ronda Rousey's career in the UFC was a whirlwind of historic firsts and breathtaking dominance. As the inaugural UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion, she set a standard that seemed untouchable for years. She successfully defended her title an incredible 6 times, with most of her victories coming in the very first round. Her fights were events. People tuned in not to see if she would win, but to see how quickly she would secure her trademark armbar submission. She was a pioneer who proved that female athletes could be fierce, marketable, and massive draws, single-handedly changing the trajectory of women's combat sports forever. Her list of achievements is staggering. From her Olympic bronze medal in judo to her undefeated 12-fight winning streak in MMA, Rousey built an aura of invincibility. She was more than a fighter. She was an icon who graced magazine covers, appeared in blockbuster movies, and became a household name around the globe. This crossover appeal was crucial for the UFC's growth and for bringing a new audience to the sport. The UFC Hall of Fame inducted her in 2018 not just for her wins, but for her role as a trailblazer who opened the door for countless female athletes who followed in her footsteps. However, the era of dominance came to a shocking and abrupt end. At UFC 193 in November 2015, Rousey faced Holly Holm. In what is still considered one of the biggest upsets in sports history, Holm delivered a stunning head kick knockout, handing Rousey her first professional loss. The image of the seemingly unbeatable champion falling was a seismic event. Rousey retreated from the public eye, taking a year off before returning to face the new champion Amanda Nunes in December 2016. That comeback was tragically short, ending in a 48-second TKO loss that marked the end of her MMA career. The reasons for her departure were complex and deeply personal. Beyond the 2 devastating losses, Rousey later revealed the physical toll the sport had taken on her. In her 2024 memoir, she spoke candidly about suffering from repeated concussions throughout her judo and MMA careers. She explained that her body essentially made the decision for her, forcing her to retire from fighting despite feeling that her skills were at their peak. After leaving the octagon, she found a new home in professional wrestling with the WWE, where she also became a champion, before stepping back to start a family. The current rumors about Ronda Rousey's return are not just vague chatter. They come with a very specific and intriguing set of conditions. According to longtime MMA personality Chael Sonnen, who claims to have heard the news from Rousey's absolute inner circle, the comeback is tied directly to the bantamweight title picture. The story goes that Rousey would only return for a championship fight. This isn't just about one last payday or a nostalgia trip, it's about reclaiming the pinnacle of the sport. It's a bold condition that immediately raises the stakes and makes the entire scenario far more compelling than a simple one-off fight. The plot thickens with the involvement of two other huge names, Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes. Harrison, the current bantamweight champion, is herself a two-time Olympic gold medalist in judo. She is scheduled to defend her title against Nunes, the very woman who defeated Rousey in her final fight. According to Sonnen, Rousey's return is contingent on Harrison winning that bout. The alleged sentiment from Rousey's camp was specific: "I'll return to fight for the title if Kayla needs an opponent." This creates a fascinating triangle linking Rousey's past, present, and potential future in a single high-stakes narrative. The connection between Rousey and Harrison adds another layer of depth to this potential matchup. Their history goes back to their judo days where they trained together and even competed against each other once, with Rousey defeating a teenage Harrison in 2005. They share a bond forged in the grueling world of elite judo, a common ground that would make a fight between them more than just a contest. It would be a battle between two of the most accomplished American judokas to ever transition to MMA, a clash of generations with a rich backstory that would be incredibly easy to promote and sell to the public. This specific condition, fighting Harrison, but not Nunes, is telling. A fight against Harrison would be a stylistic dream match, pitting two Olympic-level judo practitioners against one another. It would be a story of a mentor figure returning to face her successor. A fight against Nunes, however, would mean facing the ghost of her last defeat, a traumatic 48-second loss. By targeting a potential fight with Harrison, the narrative shifts from one of redemption against a past foe to one of a legacy fight against a new kind of champion, making the comeback seem both more strategic and perhaps more palatable for Rousey herself. Despite the excitement, a healthy dose of skepticism surrounds these comeback rumors. Even Chael Sonnen, the person who broke the story, has expressed his own doubts. He publicly stated, "I don't believe it's going to happen," citing the immense difficulty of making the 135-pound weight limit after so many years away from the sport's rigorous demands. This skepticism is warranted. A nearly decade-long layoff is an eternity in MMA, a sport that evolves at a breakneck pace. The physical and mental preparation required for a title fight is monumental, and many question if Rousey would be willing or able to endure that grind again. Furthermore, Rousey's own words from her recent memoir cast a long shadow over any potential return. Her revelations about the cumulative damage from concussions provide a powerful reason why she should stay retired. She described being forced to leave fighting by a decision her body made for her. For her to reverse that decision now, especially as a mother of two, seems to contradict her very public and serious concerns about her long-term health. Fans and analysts alike are right to wonder if the physical risks would be worth the reward, no matter how historic the fight could be. Even with the doubts, the significance of this news cannot be overstated. The mere possibility of Ronda Rousey's return has injected a massive surge of energy into women's MMA. It has started conversations, created dream matchups, and brought attention back to the bantamweight division in a huge way. It reminds everyone of the star power that a single, compelling personality can bring to the sport. Whether she fights again or not, the buzz alone has been beneficial, proving that her legacy continues to resonate powerfully with the audience, and that her name still carries immense weight in the world of combat sports. Ultimately, a Rousey comeback would be a monumental event for women's MMA. It would be a bridge connecting the era she pioneered with the modern landscape shaped by champions like Harrison and Nunes. For fans, it would be a chance to see a beloved icon one last time, a story of legacy and perhaps redemption. For the sport, it would mean a guaranteed blockbuster event that would draw in casual viewers and hardcore fans alike. While the odds may be long and the doubts are real, the whisper of Ronda Rousey's return is a testament to her enduring impact, a reminder that some legends never truly fade away.